We are live on the Oxford podcast. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Today, I've got a very special guest, local business owner, and new Oxford member, right? Tanya
Yes.
Smith. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So, Tanya,
Mhm.
you own Ollies Market and Deli down in Grant Park,
I
and
do.
you've had that for is a year and 5 months about the right time?
Yeah, it opened January 4th of 25. I had to think about what year it was. 25. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
a year and 5 months.
Yep. I
Nice.
know.
And how long does it
Crazy.
feel like you've owned Ollie's for?
10 years. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. I've been at Oxford for
Thanks.
10 years. We've been doing it the same amount of time.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I can't even imagine what I'm going to feel like in 10 years. Whew,
I think it gets
the
easier.
miles are-
I think that's what they keep telling me anyway. Somebody keeps
Oh,
telling me.
good.
So,
So
yeah.
I need that
Um,
person.
so you own Ollie's Market and Deli, and this
Mhm.
podcast, obviously Oxford podcast about fitness, but me being a business owner, when I talk to business owners, I like talking about the business side of stuff and things like that. So we might jump all over the place for people
It's really
listening,
fun.
but it's my podcast and we'll do whatever I want. So
That sounds
no
great.
one can stop us. So give us the, like, in a nutshell, or like 60-second, how did you get
Oh man.
to be the owner of Ollie's? From, you go as far back as you want, start where you want. I saw there's like a Barnes and Nobles like barista on there. You could start there if you want,
Yeah.
but wherever you want to start is fine. And just then we'll dig
Yeah.
into like the interesting parts of it. So
All right. I'll try and make it as quick as possible. But my very first job was like a local family owned business. It was the coolest job ever. It was this old fashioned ice cream parlor in Pennsylvania. Um, this place where I worked had no computers. You had to take a math test to get a job there. It was amazing. And that was peak job, right? High school job was peak job for me. I long story short, joined the military. And that was how I got my citizenship and how I went to school and everything. And I became a helicopter pilot. I did that for 10 years. And when my husband and I both, that's how I met my husband, Lehman. And when we got out of the military, we relocated to Atlanta because that's where he's from. And I didn't know what to do. And I was totally lost. And they tell you, and there's all this stuff out there about veterans being like a very lost community and lots of resources to help them. But I didn't think I was going to be one of them until it really hit me that I had applied to like 100 jobs and wasn't even getting interviews. I was a captain in the army, and I just like I didn't know how to translate my skills into other than becoming an airline pilot, which just wasn't what I wanted to do. I tried a couple different things. I worked for a PR firm when I got to Atlanta, which wasn't the best. And then I worked for a tech company, helping them with marketing, which I actually really enjoyed. But one day, Lehman and his best friend, Jimmy, had seen Bennett's, which was what Ollie's was previously, for sale. And they brought me to Bennett's and they said, "Hey, we have an opportunity to purchase this business. They're selling it. Would you ever be interested in leaving your job and becoming a business owner and running this team and creating this community space?" And at first they told me they were trying to hallmark me, like bring me there and hand me the keys. And I'm like, thank you for not doing that, because that's crazy. Hallmark movies, as fun as they are to watch, is not a true reality. And I was like, I wanted to be involved in the entirety of building the business. So I went with my gut feeling. I quit my other job. They were so kind, but I hadn't been with them very long. Um, but I stepped away from that. I stepped into this completely unknown world. I met a lot of other small business owners in the community, and no one was gatekeeping information. Everyone was very helpful in sharing their failures and how to get started and how to navigate licensing was such a nightmare. It's so tough. the ins and outs of it all. And Ollies was born, and it's called Ollies because my last name was Oliver before I got married. And when I was in the military, people used to call me Ollie. So that was one way to hang on to my last name and my legacy. So that's the super summed up version of it. And I've always been interested in bringing in young people into a job, watching them grow, and then pushing them out to like do something better in the world. And I tell all of our employees, this is a stepping stone job. I don't expect you to stay here forever. Like, I just want them to grow and be good people and be kind and take that and go somewhere else.
Wow, that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many there's so much in that story
Yeah. Yeah.
from, like most people it's like, "Oh, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, I opened a business or something like that." You know what I mean? But then to take your journey there where you you started like the first thing you said is my favorite job was working in the local ice cream parlor, right? And
Yep.
that was in Pennsylvania or that was in Canada?
No, it was in Pennsylvania. It was Mount Gretna, Pennsylvania.
And how did you end up in
It's up in the
Pennsylvania?
mountains. My my dad worked in the lumber industry and he moved when I was a kid. And I don't know if the intent was ever to stay forever. But yeah, we moved to Pennsylvania and he worked at a lumber mill there for years. Unfortunately, my parents took a big step and opened their own business. I want to say it was around like 2004 that they started this luxury hardwood flooring business, and they were putting flooring in really nice apartment buildings. And my dad was traveling to these lumber mills to make sure it was ethically sourced and like meeting with people trying to get quality product that was ethically sourced from around the world. And, when I started college in 2008, unfortunately, the recession hit pretty hard and no one was buying luxury home goods. And, my parents had, taken a really big gamble, with their savings to build this beautiful business of theirs, and it just couldn't survive through the recession. So
Mhm.
they ended up, taking a step back, and they were like, "We're gonna move back to Canada for a while, um, and sort of do a reset." And I wanted to stay though because I had just started school at Temple University in Philadelphia, and I was like, I all I know is living in the States now.
Right.
And the Army, fortunately, had a recruiter met me at the right time and said, "We can help you pay for school and get
Yeah.
your citizenship." And
Wow.
it was the right time. Otherwise, I probably would be back in Canada, I guess
Yeah,
at this
and
point.
what are your
Yeah.
parents doing now? Or did they go on to start another business, or are they still in Canada?
They worked in Canada for, I guess that was another 15 years. They just moved to Florida, actually,
Oh, wow.
to
Yeah.
retire. So
Nice.
they are down in Florida now, but they had moved back to Canada. I'm from Quebec, so they were um, on the East Coast for a while, and then they moved out west to British Columbia with some of our families out there. They were out there for the past 10 years. And yeah, they just moved back to the States, which is kind of exciting. So they're not super far away.
Yeah.
Lehman's parents also live in Florida, so they're all
Oh, that's
close
cool.
by. And
Yeah.
yeah,
And Lehman's from
yeah.
Atlanta originally.
He's from New York,
Okay.
but his family relocated to Atlanta, to Johns Creek. So I guess north of Atlanta. Everyone says Atlanta, and it could be
Yeah,
2 hours
Atlanta's
from
huge, yeah.
Atlanta.
Atlanta's like
It's
the whole
just,
of Georgia when you
yeah,
ask most people. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
um,
so
yeah.
the thing that I like to talk about, obviously I came to America at 18 with the
Mhm,
dream of being a professional athlete and, ended up here. And the thing that comes back to me a lot in my life is the dream and the American dream and like being able to open your own business and all the as an immigrant, all the benefits that happened to me and that like
mm,
have happened to you from, coming to this country. And the sentence that stands out to me is the pursuit of happiness.
yeah,
And I don't think there is a pursuit of happiness. To me personally, I think the pursuit is the happiness. When I look back over the last, 20 years, 22 years of coming to this country. It's been like trying to become a professional athlete and then opening a business. And in that journey is where I found all the happiness, right? I don't think there's a finish line to this. Listening to your story and where you started and where you are now, and I don't want it to be philosophical, but like, what is happiness to you?
Mm. I think to me, it is a little bit of the freedom aspect of I'm not waking up, especially coming out of the military as well. I'm not being forced to wake up at, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning anymore. I can, this morning I kind of slept in a little bit. It was raining outside. I had my coffee. I responded to some work emails. I create my own stress in life. I'm beginning to realize more and more that my to-do list, because we own our own businesses, our to-do lists are self-imposed,
Mhm.
and I can limit what's on that list. I don't. There are obviously things we need to do, like we need to take care of our employees first and foremost, and make sure everyone's getting paid and taken care of. But other things like improvements within the shop and bringing in new products and things, those are self-imposed tasks. Like as long as um, I have my own freedom around my day, I think that's what creates the most happiness for me is. Uh, the control of my
Mm.
life, like being able to control my life a little more.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you said, there's no end to this. I just had dinner with a friend last night, Samyukta. She owns Sleepy Mango Coffee in Atlanta. And we were chatting about how the self-imposed to-do list and everything. And if it's nice to talk to other business owners because you kind of vent about your to-do list on a day to day. And if you talk to someone who is in a regular 9 to 5 job, sometimes they can't understand how you work all hours of the day, but it's I'm working for myself, so I'm happy. I'm doing what I love. I'm doing something I really actually enjoy, and if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it. I would
Mm.
pick something else. Like the freedom is there to explore um, what we're creating,
Yeah,
and I think,
you're choosing
yeah,
you're choosing the hard things rather
yeah,
than. And that's one thing that I keep seeing a lot is like quotes like, "You either choose your heart or it chooses you," right? And
yeah,
so like you don't have to like I don't have to get up at 5 a.m. anymore. When I opened the business, I used to have to get up to open the doors, right? Now
yeah,
I don't have to get up at 5 a.m., but I still choose to get up at 5 a.m.
yeah,
because I get to go and pursue this dream. Like, so I could have slept in, it was raining, like you said, like, but I know that like I've got the to-do list this today and that I chose, that these leases that I have to pay, this debt that I have to pay from the pandemic, it's my debt, it's my lease, it's my stuff. And like, yeah, it's nice to vent to people, but we love venting and like knowing that it's our thing that we're venting about, right? Like,
yeah,
and you chose to do it, which is what is the I don't know if it's some kind of mental illness that we have or if it's healthy, but to sign these leases and to max out your credit cards and go all in on
yeah,
something, there's no feeling like it, but also I understand why it's not for everybody, right? Like
yeah,
I don't think I've slept right in 10 years, but I've woke up and still had that fire to keep going, you know? So I think that's what you were saying in there, right? Is
yeah,
it's when you were in them other places, it was just as hard, but in a different way, right? Like going to a marketing company and sitting in an office is very hard in different ways.
mhm,
And for me, I always tell people, if we had a meeting about a meeting on day one, I'd flip the table and I'd leave. And I was like, that's why I can't be in one of these businesses,
yeah,
right?
yeah. The number of meetings, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Even just, like, turning on setting up my computer today for this podcast, and you're like, "Oh, I've never done a podcast before." And you're like, "Oh, you set up pretty well." I was like, "Yeah," because I kind of feel like I'm setting up for a meeting like we used to have, and I'm like, "This is crazy." I had to find a space where, because we're in a new house, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Where's the light okay?" And the dog's not gonna bark behind me, and, um but it is to go back to what you were saying about we love to vent, how crazy is it that we as business owners, it's refreshing sometimes to vent, but if you vent to the wrong people and then they start to, almost, like, agree with your venting or question your business, you immediately get defensive, and it's
Yeah.
like, what a weird thing that we do to ourselves. We're like, "We need to vent, but we also don't want anyone to," because
So
it's our
yeah,
baby.
like, I'll
You're
worry
like,
about you.
"Don't
Like, you
don't
could
talk about my
stop.
child."
Yeah, like, you could stop if you want or something like,
Yeah.
"No, I can't. I don't have
No,
a choice."
no,
Yeah,
don't say
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we gravitate towards other entrepreneurs because 'cause you're like, "You get it. You'll let me say my piece about my struggles and maybe lend some advice," but they're never gonna tell you to stop doing it.
No,
They'll
no, it's like,
they'll
what are you
encourage
gonna
you to
do
keep
about it?
going.
Have you tried
Yeah,
this? Oh, you
yeah,
need to hire this person, or you need
yeah,
to, use this company, or you need to invest in some of this. And you're like, "Oh, shit, okay, yeah, you're right. No,
yeah,
you need to stop doing that and start doing
mm,
this." And you're like, "Oh, yeah." Like,
yeah.
my first business coach was like, "You need to hire a cleaner." And I was like, "We can't afford to do that." And he was like, "Wait, what? Like, you don't have a choice. You need to go and do this that's worth more to the business." And
Mhm.
just like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right." And so, yeah. So when you look back on the last year and a half, like, every time I've seen you and Ollies has got better every day for the last
Yeah,
365 days that I've seen
it's
it,
crazy.
right? And when you see that, like, growth and that from where it was to where it is now, um, and, like, you just went on vacation, and I remember seeing you before vacation, and to all the customers, you're, like, the nicest person you could possibly meet. And then I say, "Oh, I own a business," and you say, "Oh yeah, I need a vacation." Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a different conversation, and I get it. And then it's like, how do you feel about really the next, like, 5 years, 10 years, where you wanna go in this business?
Oh man, that's the constant question, right? Is like what's next?
Mhm,
And there is a lot of like external feedback coming in about have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about doing that? And I've thought about all of those options. I've thought about the second location, the,
mhm.
expanding, like what do we do next? What is next? And uh, you know, my long-term plans, I think I tend to, like, hold close because I 'cause I'm sensitive to putting them out and it changing,
Yeah.
I guess, but, um, the nearer term is just continuing to improve what we have, buying some of my time back,
Mhm.
which is you were talking about hiring a cleaner. That's something I'm learning is not necessarily hiring a cleaner, but hiring people for tasks that as entrepreneurs we always say like I can just do that myself. And it's like you can. There's nothing that says you can't do it yourself, but should you is what I'm learning. It's like, should you do that yourself? Like, you're paying money to purchase back your time to put into something else. So I'm figuring that one out now. I know that's probably like a lesson people learn a little earlier than I am, but
No, no,
that's
that
a
I don't
that's a
think it
tough
is.
one.
I think that's a
Yeah.
very difficult lesson if you haven't seen entrepreneurs in your family, right? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have any entrepreneurs in my family. I just had people that worked and worked
Mhm.
really hard, and everybody works hard, right? Um, but it was I could do that. We're working class. We could do it ourselves. Like, you don't pay for things like that. And so it is a very difficult thing. And I imagine you, like, coming from the military where, like, you take ownership of everything that you have to do, right? There's no,
Yeah.
like, pass this on to somebody else. I wonder if, though, like, being a captain in the military, you probably learned some of that delegation stuff that you need to apply now, right?
I think so, and we have a new manager, Coleman, and he's been doing great, and he keeps asking me for more responsibility, and I think that's so wonderful, and I love his drive, and it's forcing me back into a delegation mindset as opposed to sort of hanging out on my own team with my own to-do list. I have to create it in a way that makes sense for other people to see it and
Mm.
to see how the projects are flowing and see where we're going with all of our tasks and
But
sharing our goals.
What Coleman doesn't understand is this is your baby right now, right?
Yeah.
And, like, he's asking for stuff and you want to give it to him, but it's your thing. Like, I was like, I can clean the gym better than anybody else. And like
Yeah,
my business coach was like, that's great, but that's still this value to the business. So like, and then I was like, I'm the greatest coach in the world. And he was like, that's great, but the business needs to grow and your
yeah,
people need opportunity to grow. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like I started this
yeah,
because I like fitness. And it's like, well, you need to go and stand at that computer and make the business better. And I was like, oh no,
yeah,
I don't know if I can do that. Right. Like
yeah,
that's a comfort zone thing again, right? Where like you're fine when you're like hands on. I can make a sandwich. And they're like, well, yeah, but everybody can make a sandwich.
yeah,
Like we need a
yeah,
system for how to make it an Ollie's sandwich. So
yeah.
yeah.
And the crazy thing is I never ever thought, even when we came to look at Bennett's, never in my mind was I like sandwiches. Like I saw it I think my original thing was like, oh, it'd be really cool to own a because I'd worked in coffee shops and at the ice cream parlor, I was something with ice cream, something with coffee. I didn't see it as a product. I saw it the original thought from the get-go was a cozy space. So atmosphere over product was always my first feeling.
Hmm.
And then luckily I have Lehman and Jimmy who are my business partners and they were like, let's look at what makes the most sense financially for and the equipment was already there and everything existed and some of our employees stayed from Bennett's and they knew how to so they taught me how to
Yeah.
essentially make a sandwich, right? Like they were showing
Right.
me how they did things and then I brought in what I knew, which was the coffee element. Like we make our own syrups in house. I love to bake, so we do a lot of like um, recipes in the back. So we all sort of pulled our resources together and the stuff we make at Ollie's in house, a lot of those recipes come from the employees. Like I am fully open with if you guys have a cool idea, let's do it and we'll see how it works because I know that I am not the smartest person on the face of the earth.
Mm.
I am just the um, one uh, keeping us on the path. I'm collecting us back onto the path that's moving forward. They're the ones driving it. They're the faces that you see every day. They they are always like they my team of these amazing students and you know uh, local young people. They're the ones who make it happen,
Yeah.
and their passion for someone said to me the other day, he's leaving for the summer to go work at Grand Tetons National Park. Philip, one of our employees, he's so wonderful. And he's like, this is the best job that I've ever had. And I was like, I'm going to start crying if you
Mhm.
start saying that. And he was just saying, I never use the word family for my employees. I'm like, it's not, I don't want this. You have your family. And also sometimes families are like hostile and they're not it's a
Yeah.
weird dynamic, but a team is not meant to be hostile. Like a team comes together and works on things and a team cares about each other and it's our team and I love our team and I would trade them for nothing and they are what has
Is
made it the
this
way it
what
is.
do you think this comes from your military background or is this from
Yes.
the ice cream? Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Actually, maybe both, honestly.
Combination. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I think I think it's a good combination of both. Um,
How do you feel like you
yeah.
apply that stuff every day then from what you learned from it was 10 years, right? In
Yeah.
military.
Yeah. I think the best thing is I look for people's strengths and try to and their drive. I want to know what drives people. Um, and try and give them yes, everybody has to make sandwiches. Yes, everybody has to help clean. Everybody has to help mop. But if an employee is really passionate about art, I'm like, what can we do to bring that in? Are you interested in doing some art for the shop? Or an employee is really interested in cooking. I'm like, maybe we can shift you over to prep. Maybe like this could be something you want to do more. Or someone tells me they have a passion to go be a chef somewhere. I'm like, I can try and call people. I would love to like help you take the next steps. I don't expect you to stay here.
Yeah.
What can I do? Can I write you reference letters for school? Like how can I just be one stepping in your life? Like my first boss, Drew. I
Mhm.
remember Drew and his wife Linda. Um, they were amazing. They were amazing people. Um, the one other thing about the ice cream parlor was it was only open from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and it was only students who worked there. And the managers were just off duty teachers during the summer, but they structured it that the students created they had their own leadership sort of
Mm,
thing going on. And I thought that was really beautiful to empower younger people to be like, you can do these things. You are in charge. Like you are
yeah.
a responsible human being. If no one has told you that up to this, they're some of them are 16 to 22ish. And it's like, I'm sorry if no one's like giving you that responsibility yet, but I want you to have that opportunity because you're capable.
And this, and then how does that? Because this doesn't. When you think of like the military, you don't think of that kind of leadership. You know what I mean? That's not my
Yeah.
first instinct. Is somebody that leads from that place of like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Like, it's more like these are my rules, and
Yeah.
if you don't stick to it, you're gone. Like, how do you balance that? Because there must be an element of that too, right? Like, you're
Yeah.
dealing with, like products and like services, and there's customers. Like, there must be like an expectation there too, right? That you hold.
Yes. And I think it goes back to the whole respect is earned. It's not um
And was that the
it's
people in
not
the
a title.
military? Were they the people in the military that you saw that you respected the most? Were the people that gave more respect than expected people to follow?
Yes, and the
Yeah.
people who expected people to follow didn't have a good time. Like I had fellow um, peers, other lieutenants and other captains who went in with the "this is my rank and you'll respect it" type of thing, and it
Mhm.
didn't work out super well for them. I mean, it
Mm,
goes the way it goes, but more than anything, the people I remember most and who had the best teams with them were the ones who showed that they respected their subordinates and their fellow leaders. It's sure there's a time and a place for it. Uh, Downrange in combat, yeah, there's a place for that. But in an office setting and, um, on low threat training areas, you need to respect people in order to gain respect back or
yeah.
show people that you are a trustworthy individual.
Yeah. So
It's
like
crazy how people
On a
think that.
Saturday at Ollie's, when the line's out the door, that kind of feels like a war zone, right? Where you just like
Yeah.
you're just yelling out commands at people, and how they feel about it, you can't really worry about it in the moment.
Yeah.
But then when you have like a team meeting on a different day, is time to
Yeah.
ask about goals and dreams and where you want to go. So is that what it feels like? Is that how you apply? I know that's like a
No, I think you're right, and even in those times when it's those crazy Saturdays, there are employees who are stepping up into those leadership roles, and I see it happening, and I'm like, "Yeah, you're in charge of the line. You've got this. You'll come
okay.
to me." They'll come grab me off of, like, a task and be like, "I need your help with something," and I'm like, "I'm here."
Yeah.
Like, someone's card isn't working or something, and I'm like, "I'm here for that because I'm the manager. I'm the person that you I'm your safety net."
Hmm.
Like, I will catch you and
Yeah.
help you. They can call me at any any hour of the day, which sometimes happens, but, um, I've put that out there into the world that to them, I'm like, "I am here and I will answer your phone call and I will help
Hmm.
you, and I will teach you how to fix whatever the issue is, and I'll, like, guide you so that next time I feel you're more capable to do it," but I do it in a teaching way. I don't do it in a, um, "I'm right, you're wrong." I try not to. I try to, like, guide and give
Hmm.
them it gives them I feel like it gives you the self-confidence that next time I can approach this and I can handle it really well myself, or
Yeah.
I'm like, watch me interact with this person and they know that giving away the secrets, but like they know that like all these when people come in, if like the order goes too long or I'm the first person to be like, I'm so sorry, like here's an extra cookie. How can I make your day better? A kid's crying, like, I'm out there with, like, the chalk, I'm like, "You parents have clearly had a hard day at the zoo."
Mm,
They're doing the best that they can, and I'm like, I'm fresh, I wasn't with your kid all day, I'm gonna come and try and make it better for you for just, like, an instant," and now I see my employees doing the same thing,
mm.
and it's an observational learning,
Yeah.
um They're like, "Is he paying to do this?"
You can't
So
tell people to create a culture. You've gotta show them,
yeah,
right? And, like,
yeah,
how you interact with people. If you start yelling at customers and telling them that they're wrong about their order or, like, it
yeah,
hasn't been that long or something like that, then, yeah, what are people gonna do? And
yeah.
one thing that,
Ooh,
I'm sure it's already happened or it will happen is, like, it's not gonna be, "Well, I give all this love and support to my employees and it's a smooth sailing," right? You're gonna have people you have to fire, people you have and they're gonna watch how you do that and when you do that and why you do that. And, yeah, it's not always gonna be smooth sailing. So, it's, we talk about it now because, like, when you have a good culture, it feels amazing, but there's times when that culture slips or when things go wrong, and, like, that's when you really get to see if you can lead a team or not, and that's what makes it fun, right? Is finding out about yourself along the way. So,
yep. I'm
um,
overly empathetic. I cry every time that I
okay,
have to let someone go. I'm like, "This isn't." I mean, I never wanna fire someone, and maybe, they say, what is it? Hire slow, fire fast or
yep,
whatever.
yep,
I don't fire fast because
yeah,
I want people to have an opportunity to learn, and I try to provide that, and I
yeah.
don't
I've done the
have
same, and the only time it goes wrong is like there's other people watching you not fire somebody,
yeah,
right? And
that's
like
what I keep trying to remind myself too.
sometimes
I'm
you
like,
just have to fire
"Protect
somebody
them."
because of the people that need you, right? And so like
Yeah,
that's the difficult part. And like you don't want to fire anybody. I believe in everybody, but
yeah.
sometimes for the sake of the team you have to, right? And it it
That
hurts. It
sucks.
definitely
It
hurts.
sucks.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ugh,
Um, the one thing that I don't know if I'm sure you have thought about it, but stands out to me is how you said like the idea and the romantic idea about what you had the Ollies was going to be like a vibe and like a whatever it
yeah,
was that you said, which is we all have them ideas of what we want in our business, and
yeah,
then reality comes along and they say, well, yeah, but we got to make money, we got to pay rent, we got to hire people. This is the costs of goods and services right now are through the roof, right? Like, so like
yeah.
this is the reality of the situation. You not being like a chef and you just wanting to create a vibe is such an advantage, I think, that you have
Mhm.
that most people don't have because if they're a chef, they're romantic about the food has to be this way and it's got to be this quality, or like, no, we only serve this coffee at this, you know what I mean? And whereas you're like taking feedback from the community, deciding if it fits your vibe and then creating that, I think is such an advantage that like you can pivot whichever way you want. And always can be an idea of something that most people can't because they're so locked in to what their idea of the place is. Whereas I think what you do so great and what Ollie's has started to do, and I thank you for living down the street, is there is a vibe. And it's just like, if I need something, I go there. If my kids are a little bit off, we go there. If we just finished playing sports, we can go there. And like, you can get all them things from it. So
Yeah,
I think that's why you're in such a great spot to be able to pivot to just I think the vibe is the core, and like whatever you serve doesn't really matter. It's like that can change if it needs to.
yeah. And
Is that
I mean,
yeah,
we we have, like, from the original menu, I've had a new menu on my computer for months now. I don't know if you remember ever coming in and seeing the new menu coming soon thing on the menu at the
that
shop,
might have,
but
yeah, yeah,
it, like, became a running joke, and I think
yeah,
I might, like, put it on a T-shirt or something because the new menu has been in the works from the beginning. So the
yeah,
menu that's up was a combination of Bennett's old menu mixed with, we did have a prep chef when we first opened who had more, um, their focus was more on the menu, which was great. We balanced each other. We kind of created the menu together. And the best sandwich I've ever had in my life was a turkey pesto sandwich from this little like coffee shop in Philadelphia
mm,
when I was going to school. So the very first thing I did that I added to the menu was a turkey pesto sandwich, and now it's our best selling sandwich, which I
yeah.
love. I'm like,
That's
good. I'm glad
That's
everyone else
Lauren's
like.
favorite. Yeah, it's Lauren's
It's
favorite.
just
Yeah,
comfort food to the max. Like you
yeah,
eat it and you're like, "Oh, this is nice." And the new menu is just it expands, it shrinks, it expands, it shrinks. I swear it's coming in just a few weeks here.
Mhm.
I'm finally at the end. I've got the boards here. I got to start writing it out. And the the beauty of it is, I like you were saying about how it kind of all these can kind of evolve and it's created this culture. It it's its own entity that I feel like sometimes I'm just like watching happen, and
Mhm.
it's grown into this culture that it's hard not to judge yourself against other businesses sometimes, where I see these like beautiful, like crisp, clean, brand oriented businesses. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, should we have done that? And I'm like, actually, I like that we're a little bit not messy, but like mismatched, I guess would be the best way to put it. And a lot of that happened because from my parents' business ventures and everything,
Mhm.
I have a lot of fear of spending money
Mm.
in the business, on big things. I have a lot of fear of putting too much money into the business. I also have like trauma over this fear of debt
Mhm.
is, do you remember the commercial that was like the guy mowing the lawn and he's like, I'm in debt up to my eyeballs. Someone help me. Like that. I just remember that guy all the
Yeah.
time. And he's like, his lavish lifestyle. So when you walk into the shop, a lot of the stuff is refurbished. It was
Mhm.
given to me. The chairs were the old chairs from Bennett's that I repainted and put new tops on. My dad built that counter for us. My dad has done like a lot of like the projects in the shop. The floor is like the original floor from this 1940s building. I mean, this building's old, and I want people to see the life it's lived, and that helps with the character and the vibe that you get when you come in. And everything that's in the shop is me asking people like you and our community and our neighbors, what do you guys what do you guys want us
Yeah.
to have? Like, what would you like us to have? And I did like early on get some feedback from another business owner that was like, be careful, don't ask people what they want, just do what you want. And
Mm.
that's not what Ollie's is, though. It is
Yeah.
meant to be, what do you want?
I
Like, how
don't
can I
think
help?
I mean, I don't
Mhm.
think it's bad advice. I just think it's misguided advice where it's like you need to ask your favorite customers what they want,
Yeah,
right? Is
yeah,
the point. It's like you say you get a lot of feedback. I can't imagine how much you call it feedback. We'll call it
yeah.
feedback if you want. I can't imagine how much feedback you get. And like most of the stuff you should just it should just bounce off you, right?
Mhm.
Because everybody's got an idea of how you should be running your business. But your favorite customers or like your business owners or people that like you enjoy seeing every day, you take that advice and like you see if it
Yeah,
does work and you run it through like does it make money and all that stuff. And that's why, like you said, it's you can feel the vibe and the vibe is not the menu. It's not the like
yeah,
like you said, like I would keep it as new menu coming soon forever if it's working. Like I don't
yeah.
nobody's like just keep that as a running joke forever. No one's gonna notice. Like with Oxfit, like we started as a CrossFit gym. We became our own Oxfit gym where like
Mhm.
we have a different vibe. There's a different energy to Oxfit where like everybody will know you the minute you walk in the gym, right? We're here to have fun and we're here to get fit and we're here to, like feel good. If you want something different than that, there's gyms all over the place where you can put your
Yeah,
headphones in, you can do your own thing. And like you should go there. Like I don't feel like I need to change because you want to put
yeah,
your headphones in, right? And the thing about Oxfit that's allowed us to like you guys can, we do high rocks, we do Deca, we do all these fitness things. We go run marathons. If it's fitness, we're into it. Whereas some gyms are like, we're a CrossFit gym. We only do CrossFit. And you're like, that's your thing. You,
mhm.
the owner, that was your thing. You decided that. That's fine. You can do that. Like when you look at these other restaurants, they're like, we're a Michelin coffee shop. And you're like, great. That's your thing. But
Yeah,
Bennett's, I mean, sorry, Ollies,
that's
from
okay.
Bennett's to Ollies, like might become in the next 5 years, you might not recognize it again. You might not recognize it
I
next
know,
year.
right?
Like you're gonna go
Yeah.
wherever it is that you feel it has that vibe to it. And that's how
Mhm.
we've done it for the last 10 years. And that's why I think we're still here for 10 years, is because we never got romantic about like, oh, you can only do it this way. It was like, hey, what do we want to do? That looks cool. Oh,
yeah.
hey, all our people want to go do that. Let's go do that. We went and did it. That sucked. We're not doing that again. Let's do that one. And like, yeah, we still have the foundations of the things that were introduced when this fitness thing came out. Like,
Mhm.
but we've evolved it into our own thing where we can just go and do whatever we want and have a blast with happy, healthy people. And
Isn't
like,
that beautiful?
yeah,
It's
it's
just
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I
So
mean,
yeah, I'm
the
excited
second
to see what's
yeah.
next for you all, like how it keeps evolving or how it stays the same, right? Like that new menu coming soon is fantastic. Like if that
It's
never
so
comes,
funny.
that would be great. Like it's just there's
I
so
have
many.
to I have some really good ideas though that I'm like, it has to come out because I
Yeah,
have, for instance, one is we've got this I've got a friend who makes their own um blueberry jalapeno jam, and we've got this jammer breakfast sandwich coming out that's like,
yeah, perfect. Yeah,
oh, it's gonna be so good. And a club breakfast sandwich
yeah,
because I'm like, why
yeah,
can't you put three pieces on a
yeah.
breakfast sandwich?
But the
And there's
essence
a
of
few other
the
things, but
breakfast and everything, just
yeah,
yeah, like your job is to let these people run with it, right? And
yeah,
like if look at this spreadsheet and talk to your husband and your business partners and be like, we're keeping all this stuff that does well.
yeah,
But I might add one thing. And if it doesn't do well, you take it off, right? You
yeah.
don't go, oh, but I worked on this new menu for 3 weeks. Yeah, take it off. Nobody likes it, which is like, that's the hard bit, right?
It sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Cool.
and it's it's surprising sometimes the things that work and they don't work. And isn't that fun that you get to like try different things and see if they work? Like you're living in an A/B test.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
let's
great.
try this and see what happens. And
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I
then you get
mean,
to make shit you want, like
oh,
the t-shirts you want and the hats that you want.
yeah.
And like people are like, why don't you make this hat? I'm like, them hats don't suit me. They're like, but they do me. I'm like, okay, they don't suit me. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna make 50 of them.
Yep. Yep. That's
Yeah.
exactly true. Yeah. Like someone, I think you were saying like the advice that people give sometimes you to throw it out. One was, and it was well, it's all well intentioned, right? But
Yeah.
someone said, asked a chef friend about some opinions on our menu, and he's like, "Throw out the sandwiches, go bowls and salads." And I was like, "Okay." And I'm writing all this down. And then I got home and I was like, "Throw out the sandwiches? Wait, that's like what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
a sandwich shop. Like, what do you mean throw out the sandwiches and go bowls? Like, no, go to Kava, go to Chipotle. You have those
Mhm.
options in life. We're just another option, and this is
Yeah.
what we make, and this is what we like to make." And I'd like to wrap a sandwich up, send it home with you. You and Lauren, you guys maybe you're having a little bit of a bad day, you eat your comfort food and
Yeah.
you're like, I feel a little bit better.
Right.
And we joke a lot. We always say, oh, it's just sandwiches, like after a rush. We're like, it's just sandwiches, guys. But then I tell them, I remind them, it is just a sandwich, but sometimes the sandwich might make someone's day a little bit better. And that's okay too. Like we're just a blip in someone's day, but we could be a positive one.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to be the yelling at customers, the not making eye contact, the yeah, I'm like, just like, let's just be a nice part about someone's day. Like,
Yeah.
in a world where you can be anything, like, let's just be kind. Like, let's be good people. And
Simple, but definitely
yeah,
not easy, right?
not
Simple,
easy.
but not easy. Like
Yeah.
customers can wear you down. People can,
Oh, yeah.
the feedback sometimes you don't want to hear it, but
Oh, yeah.
um you like knowing you and your where you guys like every time I've seen you, like you've been just happy and enjoying life. And even if you not like you show it. So
Oh,
and
good.
good to all your team
I know
too.
my days.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, they know that they'll have their days too.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with people not showing up to work in the best. Don't pretend you're okay. I mean, eventually, yes, pretend you're okay. Like um,
Yeah, let's
just
not become McDonald's.
yeah,
Let's say kinda
yeah,
like Chick-fil-A where they, like, say,
yeah,
"Hey, how are you?" Instead of like,
yeah,
"Uh-huh." Like, we don't need any
yeah.
"uh-huhs" at the
No,
checkout.
but talk to me about it. I'm
Yeah,
like, you
yeah,
don't have to show that to the customers. I was like, but come in the back and like we can talk. We can like
yeah,
you don't have to be the person at the register today. You can be the person facing the other direction, if you're just not feeling it, that's okay. Not everyone has a good day every day. That's
Yeah.
all right. Again, it's just sandwiches.
What's your
Um,
favorite thing on
yeah.
the menu right now?
Oh my
Mine's the
gosh.
tuna melt. So
I was about to say I eat tuna. I eat our tuna salad probably at least twice a week.
yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my overhauls from Bennett's as well. They did their tuna salad with like a lot of, I guess it's like a southern style, had like some fruit in it and things like that.
Okay.
But I like it really simple
Yeah,
with
me
like the
too.
celery and the, yeah,
And
lemon and
that
simple.
just having a sandwich pressed makes it better. I don't
Oh
care
yeah,
what anybody says.
yeah. Any sandwich prep. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's so good. We can't press them fast enough. I
No.
mean,
Cool.
yeah.
So last thing, how could people come and support Bennett's? And
Uh,
yeah, anything you want to
yeah.
close with?
Uh, Actually, that's because you said support Bennett's. You
Oh,
can continue.
Ollie,
It's okay, but
you
it's
just talked
okay.
about
What I
Bennett.
was gonna say is I don't mind like people saying Bennett's to Ollie's. The previous owners were wonderful people. They just had a tough they were at a different point in their lives and they stepped
Mhm.
away and it did like at first I was like, should we change the name? Should we not? But it became our child and we said we
Mhm.
want it to be this way. And Bennett's was a completely different thing. So I think the best thing is to if you haven't been in, come in and try us. We're not Bennett's. Bennett's was its own thing that happened and they had a different structure and everything.
Yeah.
We're our own thing. Come in, pop in, say hi, try something out. Give us your well-intended feedback. I'm always open to it. And give me ideas for more community events because that's what we're working towards. Our tiny deli concerts are coming back for the summer, so we'll be having live music once a month. You can follow our Instagram to see what's coming next.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to meeting more people at Oxfit. I mean,
Yeah.
my first day there, I was like, wow, I've seen most of these faces
Right.
before coming into Ollies. So I'm excited to see all of those people again. And yeah, just make it a regular thing. Oxfit,
Yeah.
Ollies, Oxfit, Ollies. It'll be great.
We'll have
Yeah.
to do some kind of small business meetup thing there too.
Yes,
That'd be
that'd be super fun. I want to know about other people's small
yeah.
businesses in Grant Park
I
too,
know I
and how
know
I can support it.
I have a list of a lot of small business owners from the
I
last
love
10
that.
years that we used to meet pretty regular, so that would be
Yeah.
a great spot to do it. So let's
Yeah.
set it up.
Maybe the next thing is a Grant Park Small Business Association. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know about
maybe
that.
not.
As long as
Meetup.
yeah,
Let's just do a meetup.
let's just do
Yeah.
a meetup where
Yeah.
yeah, we don't get involved in like I don't care about what's going on with the roads and like
Oh, yeah, never mind.
zoning. I thought no. How do you grow your business if that's what you want to talk about? Yeah,
Yeah.
but
No.
I'm not worried about if that's in the historic. Sorry,
No.
sorry if that's controversial podcast, but
How
I don't
about
want to talk
just
about
a
that stuff.
meetup vent and support?
Nothing that seems like an HOA.
No. No, God, no. No. Event and support
Deal.
is all I need.
Yes,
Yeah.
in. Yeah, the other
Maybe grab
thing,
a beer.
out.
Yep. Very chill. That's
Whenever
all
I
I need in my life.
association, something with association scares me. So
Oh gosh,
yeah,
yeah, we'll just call it a yep, meetup is the best way to put it.
there you go.
Yeah, yeah,
All right. Well, thank you. I will
I love
see
that.
you at Ollie's or in the gym,
Yeah,
either
I
one.
can't wait.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I just got
be
one
there
comment here from
tomorrow.
Cash. Said my family walked down to Ollie's the other night, not realizing they were
Oh,
already
no.
already closed. The people closing up opened the doors
Oh,
for us to make a quick purchase. So that.
I love that.
What else do you need to say?
Yeah,
Because if that was me, I'd have said
I
we're
love that so much.
closed.
Oh my gosh. I always tell them, I'm like, if it's something easy
Yeah.
and it's not hurting you, I was like, let them in.
Yeah,
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 we're
but
here
then
for the
people
neighborhood.
usually want
Yeah.
17 sandwiches.
It seems like it's always like, I just need a bottle of wine. I'm like, come on in. Like, I
Okay,
get
that's
that
fine.
feeling.
Yeah.
Pop in,
I
grab
just
your
need something
wine.
real
Like,
quick. 17
yeah.
sandwiches, please.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's the best.
All right. Well,
Oh,
thank you. Thank you, Tanya.
man, this is great. I had
Yeah.
fun. This is really
First
nice.
podcast. How was it?
First podcast. It was great. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed talking to you. Now I want to hear even more about you guys.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do
Yeah.
this again or just
Yeah.
have a coffee.
Let's do
All
that.
right.